Yo, what's up? It's Johnny here, and man, I've got an awesome question today from one of the Team 3CX members. Her name is Sharon, and her question is, let me just adjust this camera here a little bit. Oh, that's better. Her question is, how do I make money from my photography? She wants to make some money from photography. And first thing is your photography good enough to sell? And Sharon, I can tell you by checking out your 500 PX link, you have some lovely images there. You've mastered composition. You've got some great shots. I think, there's always room to grow. There's always room to get better with your photography. And don't worry, I can look back at stuff I shot 12 months ago, 6 months ago, and I can always see improvement. So that's something that'll happen over time, but the more you do it. But yes, so is your photography good enough? And that's a squeaking car. Is your photography good enough? Yes, it is. I believe it is. That's the first step into obviously being able to sell your photography. Is it good enough? And I just got a notification, so I'll turn that off. And the second thing is, what do you want to sell? And this is the problem with landscape and cityscape photography. It's like, if I go and start a portrait studio, it becomes really easy for me to sell those images because people are attached to those portraits you took of those people, or the baby, or the wedding. It becomes really, really easy to sell those images, to sell those prints. So I would say then the best thing you can do is have a look around. First off, start around your local town. Is there anyone in your local town who is known for taking amazing landscapes or cityscapes or pictures of, the iconic places around your town? Is there a person there that's doing that? Does your town have a lot of through traffic? Meaning, is it a tourist town? Is it on a busy highway that people stop at where they're en route to somewhere else on their holidays? So that's what I'd have a look. And if there's someone in town who is doing this, who's selling prints and sort of known for the local landscape, how big is their market there? Are they got their stuff everywhere, or is it just basically in one or two shops? Is their images great? Is the stuff they're producing awesome work, or is it something you think you can improve on? The good thing about it, if there's someone already locally in your area doing this type of stuff that you want to do, so sell your images, it means there must be some sort of a market there. So that's a really real plus right there. Okay, so if you're thinking, my town, my city, it's flooded with people, then you may go to a place once or twice a year, a little place where you go for holiday, okay? So it doesn't have to be your local town, okay? So you go to a place that you may visit once or twice a year, and it's a tourist town because it's obviously a holiday place, and you might decide, you know what, I'm going to go and dominate that area. That's where I'm going to peak as my niche, where I'm going to start to create a body of work based around that area, okay? So once you've chosen the location that you really want to be known as the photographer of that location, so once you've done that and you've done your market research and you know where you want to head, you want to go to that location. And if it's your local town, well then great, that's awesome. If it's not, you need to obviously travel to the spot you've chosen, and you want to go there and create 20 to 25 killer images. I'm talking about the absolute maximum, portfolio level images. And they need to be of super iconic places of that area. So, there's a massive waterfall close to town, and that's an iconic place that people go. Everyone knows for that place. There's this awesome church, or this amazing lookout over town, or it could be anything. So you want to go and find the top 10 places that town is known for. It might be a local cafe that does a certain type of donut or something. I've got no idea, okay? But you need to go and figure out what that is, okay? What that is. And you need to go and create 20 to 30 images of those locations. I'm talking killer images. Something to keep in mind, but as photographers, we tend to think about what cameras we use and the settings and the light and all those type of things. But I'll tell you right now, people who buy your prints, people who are going to buy your images, they don't care about that stuff, man. And you know what? Often, we love to get out in that beautiful golden light when you're the images are, amazing and everything's just shining. We want to get out in that amazing light. But the thing is, most people are going to buy images. So, say someone goes to, we go and shoot an amazing sunset at this beach location that's really popular. The thing is, like, people probably aren't going to see it at that time of day. Often they'll see it in the middle of the day when the sky's blue and, you know, it's not really, you know, there's not a cloud in the sky, and that's not really what we like to shoot. So you really need to have a good mix of images, okay? A really good mix of images that you want to display in the area. And the next step is to go out and find out what people are buying. You know, you have to remember, if you're going to start selling your images in a tourist town, you don't want to be selling massive, you know, 50-inch prints on the wall, okay? Because that's not going to sell. Okay, let's face it, that is not something, you know, especially if people are flying there or they travel to the location. You need something that people can pick up a knick-knack, they can take home, you know, and put on the fridge. So I would start with things like, you know, perfect things are like postcards, man, small size prints, magnets, those sort of things, like really, really off. That's the stuff that's really going to get people in. It's like the gateway drug to your photography, okay? So then once you get a few of those little low-end products, right, you want to go to all the local businesses around town and you want to put them out on consignment. So more often than not, a lot of people aren't going to go, yeah, I'll take a box of those and I'll sell them in my shop. You know, it's not going to happen straight away. So what you're going to have to do is say, hey, I've got these awesome magnets of these and postcards of these amazing locations, the iconic locations around town, and I want to put them in your shop for sale, and can we go 50-50 in those sales? Okay, so take 50%, they take 50%, and that's a good starting place. And you'll find over time, if they start to sell a bit of one product, you know, maybe they sell all the magnets go like crazy, man, and people are absolutely loving them. So next month when you go back and visit that vendor, you say to them, look, it looks like the magnets sold really well. I can sell you a whole box of these magnets at a lower cost than the 50%, you know, that they're, and you'll be able to make a bit more money. So then you're going to start to wholesale a few of your things to those places, which is just awesome, because that means shops and people are starting to give you money for a bulk lot of things that you're trying to sell, okay? So we're at a place where we've got the little things ticking on. And the other thing you need to think about is when you start to make a little bit of money, get a couple of bigger prints made. I'm not saying like super ginormous, massive prints, but get a couple of prints made, a couple of the amazing ones, get them done on acrylic or get them framed up so they look absolutely magnificent. Take those prints in, man. Take your drill, take whatever you need to hang those bad boys, and go to a place where people pass by all the time. Coffee shops, accountants, solicitors, what else, man? Like restaurants, places where people are going to be able to see your amazing work hanging on the wall, okay? And you're going to go in there and say to the people, look, I've got this awesome print. I see you've got some free wall space. I'm happy to hang it up for you right now, and we can put a price on it and see if it sells, okay? And then I'll go 50-50 with you if it sells. So look, chances are you're not going to sell too many of those, okay? You might sell one or two here and there, but what it's about is getting your name out there, okay? So on the little plaque, it says, Johny Spencer Photography, and my name is out there, okay? People are starting to see my name around town. Everywhere I go, the little knick-knack store where I buy my things for my holidays, I see Johny Spencer's Photography on the magnets and the postcards and the little size prints, okay? And then everywhere I go and sit down and have restaurants and coffee, I see a big print on the wall and it's Johny Spencer Photography, okay? So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get in people's faces everywhere. That's the idea. So you are trying to dominate the photography in that little community. That's what you want to do, okay? So then once you've got your big prints out there, good and well, the next step is to obviously have your work online somewhere. So you want to take that body of work, that 25 amazing, 30 amazing images, and you want to put them in a gallery somewhere online so people can find it, okay? So what you're saying is, yep, you're going to buy that little magnet, but behind that little magnet or somewhere, there's a card and it links to your website where you can then try and sell bigger prints. A brilliant service, which by the way, they don't sponsor me, or just a bit of a side note, is SmugMug. They're really good, okay? So you can put your images online, you can get your website, you can have a custom URL or domain to that place, and people can buy prints straight from there, and they'll print them and ship them in the back end. You don't even have to worry about it. So the SmugMug, it's a really low cost. It's a great place to start. So that's what I recommend. So what we've got our online presence, we've got all our images, we've got all the big prints can be sold online, okay? We've got big prints hanging around town. And as you make little bits of money from your low end stuff, buy another big print and put it in another place, so that every major place around town where people are going to stop by has one of your amazing images hanging on the wall. Okay, and that, my friend, is the starting place to starting to dominate with landscape and travel slash street photography in a local community that gets a bit of through traffic. And it may be your town, like I said, or it may be a remote town. Now, going on from that, we can keep going, and this doesn't stop. Okay, so on your cards you can also offer things like, hey, go to this address and you get to pop your email address in, and I'm going to send you 10 free desktop images that you can use on your desktop for your phone. And what that's doing, that's getting people to go to your website, to where there's a page, put their email address in, and they get something for free. Okay, you're giving them 10 of your best images from that location that they can do whatever they want with. And they're low res, don't worry, and you're going to have them watermarked. So, but honestly, once things are out on the internet anyway, it doesn't matter, mate. So don't even worry about protection. Like, people are going to do what they're going to do. They're low res. They're not going to be able to print big prints from it. Realistically, it's not going to hurt you. It's going to actually benefit your business by having those things out there. Okay, so that's the next step. So we want to get people to a website. We want to give them that. You want to get the email address, and then you want to be able to give them something for free, like desktop images. Okay, and what that's doing, that's giving you another connection point from the people who are interested in that type of photography from that area. Then with that email address, you're able to contact those people. So we have our Christmas sale, we have our 4th of July sale, we have our half yearly birthday sale on our prints. Okay, and then you're sending people back to the Smug Mug page, and they're able to order from there. So it's just another point. Okay, so yes, did I mention there is a bit of work to do this? But I tell you what, once you get to that place where you start to dominate a little area and you get known as the photography, the landscape, nature, travel, iconic location photography for that little area, you will start to make money from your photography. There's no doubt about it. So we've got the online component, we're rocking it, it's all going pretty well, we're kicking along, but we want to go next level. Okay, so next level is maybe 3 weeks before Christmas, we have a little competition. We go to the local supermarket, we say, hey, I've got this amazing print, I want to put it in for a competition, set it up in the corner, have a free box with a bit of paper, get everyone to put their email addresses in, their contact details, and 2 months later, we're going to draw that bad boy. Okay, so then what's happening is you're collecting more email addresses, you're collecting more people that are interested in that photography, that type of photography that you do in that local area. And after the 2 months, you go there, you pick it all up, you put them all in a database, all the people that have entered, and you choose a winner, and you contact that winner, and you go out there and you present them with a print. And now you present them with a print, and you hold that print up, and you get a photo with them. You even help them hang it on the wall. You do a little video, because that's social proof. People saying, oh man, look at this, he won the print, and it's hung on the wall, and it looks absolutely amazing. And then you put all that stuff out on social, and then you link back to your website, and you're getting more people interested in what you're doing. Okay, so there's a number of things you can do. When it comes to social media, you want to be talking about your photography in that location every time you post something. Okay, so hey, I've got this new camera and I'm going to go out and shoot the local whatever it is, and man, I'm super pumped, and find the hashtags that are relevant to that area. Man, you need to be on Instagram, you need to be doing Instagram stories that are about that local area. You need to have a Facebook page, you need to be on Facebook talking about that local area. Okay, so every time you're posting, you're getting involved, you're getting in touch. Okay, so basically what you're trying to do is as many points of contact you can find customers that could be interested in purchasing something from you or your photography, all the way through from the $2.50 magnet to the $5,000 print. You're going to have that whole area covered. And believe me, if you've got 25, 30 killer images of an iconic location, that is all you need to get started. All you need. Okay, so it's about building contact with your customers. It's about dominating a local area and coming up with ways how you can interact. Maybe once a year there's this massive festival in town, and everyone comes from all the towns around. Maybe somehow you can sponsor that, or sponsor part of that, or donate a print or something. There is just so many things you can do to absolutely start to build your business. That's who I want. That's who I'm going to get. This is the photographer I'm looking for. They've got amazing work. It's absolutely killer. So I hope that helps. It was a bit of a rant. It was a long one. I've got so many tidbits of information. Remember, comment, share, like below, and to share the photography love. And this has been Johnny for Three Colors. And Sharon, I hope that's given you a few ideas. And I'd love to see some feedback on how you're going. So yeah, keep up the good photography, and we'll talk again soon. This has been Johnny for Three Colors, and I'm out. Peace.